Good day, Ma'am Ruth. Have a blessed day. We are the Group 6. Our topic is all about local history. But before we will start our discussion, let me introduce to you myself and my co-members. My name is Crystal Jane L. Itok, the first reporter who will be discussed what is local history and the goals of local history. The next reporter is Joan Nicole Shanko, who will be discussed why local history matters. Local history teaches about community and what is history all around us. And the last reporter is Mark Zelsos, who will be discussed the importance of local history in the Philippine history. Local history. So what is local history? Local history is the key to understanding the different culture and perspectives of small communities. It presents the past events and experiences of single communities that live equally unique among the others. It may be the history of a municipality, countryside, a residential area, or a metropolis neighborhood. Local history aims to gain a better insight upon others and ourselves. The national history can be completely read and realized when there are collective recordings of local history, which reflects vivid illustration of the general course of the national hero. The study of local history provides the foundation and the substances of true national history. It is more than the study of towns, provinces, and regions of the Philippines and the people who live there. It provides us with a documentation and analysis of the broad processes which are important to the life of the people. Local history enriches our understanding of our national history. Local history enables a student to gain a greater interest in history. His mind is not only filled with the historical events and the dates, but help him also analyzing the small details that made his local history unique from the others. The study of local history gives the student a better sense of truthfulness on the surroundings that he lives with. Whatever is taught in the classroom should be based on the realities of life. For example, many students in Mindanao know about the national history and yet they are being alienated on the history of their local communities. It is simply because it is not taught and discussed in the classroom. Appreciation of the national history begins from the local history. Hence, we should be reminded that history is not all about the past, but it is connection to our everyday lives. Goals of local history. Goals of local history allow the students to be directly engaged in doing it. When the students participate in gathering of data, they should bear in mind that this will bring them the higher sense of community involvement. The student will learn to analyze data with a careful and critical eye for the most intricate details and to enable them to question the foreseen data. Hence, when the students are directly engaged, they learn the sense of involvement, collaboration, and commitment. In order to help achieve this goal, there is a need to think outside the box and introduce new ways in processing the data as well the expertise in choosing of words to be used in their research and writing.
So again, a pleasant morning everyone. So in the continuation of the report of Miss Itok about the importance of local history into Philippine history. So why local history matters? Local history provides a new perspective on the events that took place in our communities, such as like those events na dili kayo siya well known but still na siya emphasize na importance into our Philippine history. So, in the past, the writing of history was focused on the general events that transpired in a country. So, such as like those big events na portray good about sa atong local history in the Philippines. However, there were limited writings to include the local histories. It is important to look at look at the major moments in history, but it is also beneficial to see history in the small unrecognizable event of our family, friends, and locality. So even it is just a small fraction of events, it is still very important to be recognized because it serves a lot of purposes so that we can never do it again, or maybe we do have memories about the events. So moving on to the local history teaches about community. General location and common objects in your community can follow the extensive ancestry of previous generation on the places you live. Only few individuals know the lineage behind their communities. In local history, you will gain a better grasp of understanding the past and perceiving the present by learning more of your own community's origin. Like, so local history teaches about the community, like for example our culture, it's still preserved, like in the Zamboanga, their culture is still intact, but not mostly of the people practices their culture, but we can still be able to see like their cultural language, like the Chabacano or the Zamboangueño is still very common into their places. So history is all around you. The historical knowledge you wish to learn is all around you. So instead of going places far away such as America, Austria, etc., you should be able to self-study or research about those historical events that happened in our country. Especially, we need to be to be careful to the sources we gathered. So we need to look legit, authentic first primary sources so that we can be able to conduct our research. And also the secondary sources is also important if the primary sources are not available. So in this way we may be able to dig up more valuable information into the history in our surroundings. So now let's move forward to the importance of local history in Philippine history. So just a brief introduction. What is local history? So local history refers to the study and documentation, narrative events and experiences that are specific to a particular region, community, or locality. So these are those events that only happen locally or specifically into a local community. So these are those local history that is significant in Philippine history. So kani siya guys, a faction lang yun siya sa mga local history nga napangitabo sa unang panahon, no. So like example na to is the Battle of Mactan in 1521. So this event took place in the island of Mactan, where the local chieftain Lapu-Lapu and his warriors successfully repelled the Spanish expedition led by Ferdinand Magellan. So kani siya nga event, no, is very important to be written down because it is the time where Lapu-Lapu did not accept the expedition of the Spaniards towards into our country or into his community. So we know already what happened there. So let's proceed into the second example of the Cry of Pugadlaw in 1896. So it is also discussed by Ma'am Ruth, so I will not be going to explain all of this because it will take time. And lastly, the EDSA People Power Revolution 1986. So that event is very important of reclaiming our freedom again. So it is happened in 1986 again, so I will not be going to discuss the event because our time is very short. So let's proceed into this page, why local history matters in Philippine history. So by recognizing and evaluating local histories, we gain a deeper understanding of the nation's cultural identity, foster a sense of belonging, past, and safeguard heritage and tradition. So nganong importante jud kayo no kay para makabalo kita kung hatag gigikan ug sa mga past sa atong country o sa atong mga ninuno, like sa ato pa yung mga past sa una or mga nagian. So we may be able to preserve our culture, and we may be able to defend ourselves back again to those people who colonize our country. So we may be able to defend again, and we will not be repeating the event. So incorporating local narratives enriches the study of Philippine history, ensuring a more inclusive and diverse representation of the experiences and contribution of all regions and communities throughout the archipelago. So dili lang jud ingon nga isa lang kabuk history ang magkuan sa atong Philippines. So local history is magmatter gyud kay tanan panghitabo sa atong nation or sa atong country is very important yun. So I guess that would be all, or that would be the end of our discussion. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.